if you know American Sign Language. Can anybody guess what this sign might mean? I'll give you a bit of a clue. This one sign means a whole phrase. This little finger, that stands for I, like me or you if you're doing the sign. And then this here, this makes the letter L, which stands for love. And then this here, this makes the letter Y, that stands for you. So when we put this all together, it means I love you. It's really important for us to remember how much we are loved. And I have a story for you all about that. It's a children's story. It's called The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. One day, Chester Raccoon was standing at the edge of the forest and he cried to his mother, "I don't want to go to school. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swings and play with my friends. I want to stay home with you." Mrs. Raccoon, she took Chester by the hand and she nuzzled into his ear that made him feel good. And then she said to him, "We all have to do things sometimes we don't want to do. But when we do them, we just have to remember that we are loved, and it makes us feel better." And then she took Chester by the hand and she said, "I have a secret for you that'll make you feel better." "A secret?" said Chester, interested. "What secret?" "Oh, it's a special secret," she said. "It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" "Yes," she said. "My mother told me it, and her mother too. It's a very, very old secret and very special." And then she took Chester's hand and she said, "I'll show you." And his hand, she opened up his little fingers, and then very carefully she kissed him on the palm of his hand. And that kiss traveled all the way down Chester's arm and all the way into his heart, and it made him feel really warm. Mrs. Raccoon laughed. She said, "That kiss will always be with you. Whenever you feel a little lonely or a little sad, just take that kissing hand and put it on your cheek, and you will remember how much you are loved. But go careful," she said. "You mustn't lose it." And she took his hand and she wrapped it carefully in a ball and smiled and laughed. But she said, "Don't worry, it's magical. It'll always be with you. Even if you open your hand and even when you wash your hands, that kiss will still be there." Chester felt really good, and he felt that now he could go off to school. But before he did, he took his mother's hand and very carefully he opened her big familiar fingers, and then he kissed his mother on the palm of her hand. "Now," he said, "you'll know that I'll always love you. Goodbye." And off he went to school. That story reminds me of our Bible story that we have in church this Sunday. This Sunday we are thinking about Ascension Sunday, when Jesus went off to heaven, leaving his disciples and saying goodbye. But as he left them, he blessed them. I like to think of that blessing on them as being like a sign of saying, "I love you." We can remember, as we go about whatever we're doing, that God always loves us. And any time you're a bit worried about that, just put your hand up to your cheek and you can feel God's kissing hand. Next week at church, we'll be thinking about Pentecost Sunday, when God sent us the Spirit to fill us with love. I hope you'll join me again next Sunday as we make a craft. So goodbye, and as you go, remember, I love you.